Let's start the class, right? So this is lecture number 5 of waves and optics. And in the last class, we were dealing about the group velocity and the phase velocities, right? In the last class, we were dealing about the group velocities and the phase velocities. Okay? Any doubt in the last class? Last to last, in last 4 lectures. Any doubt? Just let me know first. Then we'll move ahead. So we have ended with, okay, if K, for K and V, you have find out. I have already asked you for the, what will be the relation when we have to write omega. Omega के टर्म में क्या था relation? Anyone?
Vg is equals to K
VG.
by
K is 2 pi by lambda. What is omega?
Kv.
What is omega? Omega is 2 pi by F. Or one thing you should understand. What is omega? Anyone? What is omega?
Frequency.
Angular frequency. And this is frequency. Hertz is SI unit of what? किसकी unit hertz है?
Frequency.
Frequency, right? For angular frequency, it is for angular frequency, it is
radian per second.
radian per second. Or sometimes we also write, what is happening? That radian has nothing, no unit, sorry, radian has no dimension as such. So sometimes what happens, we write omega as second inverse or sometimes hertz also, right? So don't confuse between them. But one thing is very sure, when something is written as frequency, you have to consider that to be a this only. Okay. Okay. Now let's solve this. So omega is equal to 2 pi f. Can I write what is f? What is f? What is f? V by lambda. Yes or no?
Yes.
2 pi v by lambda. Right? What is 2 pi by lambda?
K.
Omega is equal to k. Already we have used that one. Right? So what will be Vg is what? D omega by dk. That is d omega by dk. Put the value. Vg is equal to d omega by dk. We have to write in terms of d omega. So what we do basically, हम इसको उल्टा कर लेते हैं. 1 by Vg is equal to dk by d omega. बताओ करके जल्दी से. I would answer fast.
K dv by dk plus omega by k.
Final answer. Give me the final answer. अरे यार इतना क्या दिक्कत आ रही है. dk by d omega. What is omega by v? So d into omega by v or d omega. So can I write 1 by Vg is equals to 1 by v d omega 1 minus omega square, sorry, omega by v square dv by d omega. How many of you got this one? This answer, how many? Please raise your hand. Okay, very good. Avyanshu. ओके शुभम, ये दिख नहीं रहा मुझे। पीयूष ठीक है, हाँ अब दिख रहा है। अक्षत, अक्षिता ठीक है, सौम्या वेरी गुड, आ जाओ। सो ऑल इफ यू हैव गॉट दिस आंसर, गुड। चलो ओके, ठीक है, गुड, डन योर हैंड। सो
Sir, sir, I have solved it in terms of uh, d by dk.
हाउ विल यू डू दैट? v by v k है तो k तो राइट है ना, वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट द k,
Sorry, sir.
वी हैव टू एलिमिनेट द k।
Oh, sorry.
Okay, dv by d omega when v is a function of omega, this is what I'm giving you. Okay,
Sir, fine.
okay, no, sure, sure. Okay, one of the question I'm giving you, PYQ था, give me a minute. अच्छा पहले ये कर लो क्वेश्चन, फाइंड द relation between VG and VP, PG and VP for a light wave in a medium of refractive index n in terms of lambda n or f and n, ठीक है? In terms of lambda n f नहीं, चलो इन सब n and f लिख लो, and f is the frequency, f is the frequency, do it, giving you 2 minutes. Everyone know this now, that velocity of light in a medium is given by c by n, and c is nothing but the lambda into frequency upon n. Sometimes we write lambda naught and f naught to represent the frequency and the wavelength in. You can write that it is lambda naught or f naught, where lambda naught and f naught is the wavelength and frequency in the free space or vacuum. That is the c, na? V is equals to C by N lambda नॉट F नॉट by M, और सिंपली लैम्डा F लिख लो जैसा मैंने लिखो. So you can use the above formula. I'm using the above formula, that is 1 by Vg is 1 by V. ऊपर वाला I'm just putting it. Omega is what? 2 pi by F upon V square upon dV by d omega. Again dV by 2 pi तो कॉमन है, 2 pi by d omega. 2 pi cancel out. It will be dV by dF. So you have to write in terms of N and F, है ना? So what you have to do? This F will remain same. This V have to change. What is V? V is equals to C by N. Put it the value here. Put the value here. It will be C by N ka whole square. And it is C square by N square upon DF. What are you doing? Use the chain rule. Yes or no? Minus N square, और लिख देते हैं C square by N square. यहाँ क्या आएगा बताओ? dc square by n square. Can I write it like this? Upon dn into dn by df. I think we got the answer. 1 by v minus f upon c square by n square. What is dn square by c square? क्या है इससे? अरे what is dv by dn? Sorry, not square. It's not square. क्या आएगा? It will be minus c by n square. माइनस सी बाई एन स्क्वायर. ठीक है, दो तो ये एन स्क्वायर एंड एन स्क्वायर इज कैंसिलिंग आउट. एक सी से एक सी खत्म, एंड इट इज डी एन बाई डी एफ. सो द फाइनल रिजल्ट दैट आई एम गेटिंग इज 1 अपॉन वी जी इज इक्वल टू 1 बाई वी माइनस माइनस हो गया प्लस एफ बाई सी डी एन बाई डी एफ. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू गॉट दिस आंसर? हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू गॉट दिस आंसर? पूवली, ठीक है. और कोई? चलो राशि. बाकी लोग क्या हो गया भाई? ओके सौम्या, ठीक है. चलो ठीक है. आई थिंक एवरीवन हैज अंडरस्टूड इट. Now we will see one more concept, then we will go on practicing the things, right? Because we are relating VG and VP, and based on that, we can have different type of dispersion. Okay, we can have various type of dispersion. So let's dispersion of medium. Dispersion of medium. Now, when I say a medium, what is a medium? Anyone? What is a medium? When I say a medium, what do I mean by medium? Anyone? बोलना होगा भाई, ऐसे काम नहीं चलता है.
Sir, it has some refractive index, permittivity and permeability.
Refractive index, permeability and permittivity. Okay. Anyone else want to add something? और क्या होता है मीडियम में? What is the most important?
सर जिसमें सर कुछ एनर्जी या फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज होता हो उसको मीडियम में.
एनर्जी या फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज होता है उसे मीडियम कहते हैं. ओके. और एनर्जी फ्रीक्वेंसी तो ठीक है. What is also basic about the medium? ठीक है, एनर्जी चेंज वेंज सब कुछ ठीक है. If we write in terms of wave के हिसाब से देखें तो what is the medium?
सर उसका एनवायरनमेंट चेंज हो गया सर. जहाँ पे भी वो ट्रैवल कर रही है उसका एनवायरनमेंट चेंज हो गया तो मीडियम चेंज हो गया एक तरीके से।
भाई ठीक है, एनवायरमेंट चेंज हो गया, मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि वेव के हिसाब से मीडियम क्या होगी? एनवायरमेंट ठीक है सब कुछ। एनीवन? अच्छा, व्हाट इज द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द वेव दैट रिमेन कांस्टेंट इन अ मीडियम?
फ्रीक्वेंसी सर।
फ्रीक्वेंसी?
सर मीडियम चेंज होने पे फ्रीक्वेंसी चेंज नहीं होती, वही रहती है सर।
तो फिर वो मीडियम की डिफरेंशिएशन नहीं हुई ना। मीडियम वन, मीडियम टू, हाउ विल डिफरेंशिएट मीडियम वन, मीडियम टू फॉर अ वेव? For a wave, how do you differentiate between the medium?
So by measuring the change in wavelength and velocity.
Measuring the change in the wavelength and the कौन बोल रहा था?
Velocity.
Velocity. ठीक है. Velocity is such thing that you cannot be sure about that. और कोई? Anyone? Try तो करो. अच्छा, do we know that कि if we have a medium, right? It should be characterized by the speed of a wave. Yes or no? If I am saying that is something, speed of a wave is there, then I can say that the speed of the wave of a monochromatic wave will remain constant. Yes or no? Yes, if we consider for the sorry. If we consider light as a wave, then the characteristic should be depend upon permeability and permittivity of the space, right? Such that the 1 upon क्या होता है? यही तो होता है ना, mu e v. Yes or no? I hope
Yes.
you guys know these things. So velocity of light in a medium is 1 upon mu e. But if I take as a whole, right, that the speed of monochromatic wave will remain constant, then we consider that to be a medium. ठीक है? Now what is dispersion of a medium? Anyone dispersion? Dispersion of a medium. Dispersion तो याद होगा. अरे भाई, डिस्पर्सन तो याद होगा थोड़ा बहुत. Right. What is dispersion? Try at least. पहली बार तो नहीं सुन रहे हो यार, बचपन से पढ़ रहे हो डिस्पर्सन. डिस्पर्सन ऑफ लाइट याद है? व्हाट वाज डिस्पर्सन ऑफ लाइट?
सर मैंने सर जब व्हाइट लाइट सर प्रिज्म से पास करती है तो वो स्प्लिट कर जाती है अपने 7 कलर्स।
तो ठीक है, व्हाइट लाइट जब प्रिज्म से जाती है, ये अलग अलग कलर्स में टूट जाती है. व्हाइट, व्हाट इज दिस? इज इट डेविएशन ऑफ द पाथ, राइट? तो डिस्पर्सन इज नथिंग बट द deviation or extent of spread of polychromatic radiation. Polychromatic radiation. जैसे मैं तुम्हें एक एग्जांपल देता हूं, अंडरस्टैंड. एग्जांपल ऑफ लाइट वेव, you will understand this thing. So if you have studied this thing in junior class, that if this is my median number 1, it is my median number 2, and let's say n2 is greater than n1, rarer to denser जा रही है, ठीक है? So what will happen? Let's say this is my normal, and this is my red light or green light. This is only my green light. Green light, that means it is my monochromatic light. क्या होगा? Bend towards the normal or not?
Yes, sir, towards the
Okay.
normal.
Towards the normal. So this will be laws of reflection, refraction. It will follow. This will be I, this will be R. Now, do the same thing. N1, N2, N2 बड़ा है N1 से, same thing. Just what I'm doing here, that I am bringing this white light. This is my white light. Now, what is a white light? White light is a light which is made up of how many colors? White light is a light is made of how many colors?
7.
One bola 7.
3.
Okay. How many of you think it is made of 7 colors? Raise your hand. How many of you think that white light is made up of 7 colors? Okay.
The combination of infinite wavelength.
Very good. Shwam is correct. White light is made up of infinite wavelengths, infinite colors, not 7 colors, infinite colors. I hope I was not expecting these results from the girls at least, है ना? तुमको तो पता हो ना रेड बहुत टाइप का होता है. Yes or no? Do you know that or not? How many types of red color are there? लड़की भी जान सकते हैं. If you have anyone bought lipstick? लिपस्टिक किसी ने खरीदा है? लड़कों से पूछ रहा हूँ भाई. Akshidan said many. किसी नहीं. So there is a code for every lipstick. Do you know that? High tech cosmetic products are there. So there is a code for every lipstick, right? And each code has its unique color. And this is what you need to understand, that it is not only the red. There can be the various combination of red. First thing is that. Now coming to the serious part of that, have you seen the spectrum? If you are using any color, let's say, देखो, can you see the spectrum now, everyone? अरे ये स्पेक्ट्रम दिख रहा है, ये वाला.
Yes, sir.
ये जो मैं कर रहा हूँ, इसमें देखो, it is from every color. You cannot say कि this is green. ये सब कुछ green ही है ना? ये सारा कुछ green है, but there are different shades of green are there, right? So this is you need to understand that white light are made up of many colors. ठीक है? Now for our simplicity, we assume कि 7 major colors से बना है with Gior. So now let us take that one only, that with Gior are there. Let us take for our convention that it is with Gior. Even when you're writing the answers, you have to write the infinite color, not the Vibgyor. Okay? So Vibgyor, violet, and this is red, let's say, where violet has a very low wavelength. Can you tell me which will be closer to the normal? Violet or red? Which will be closer to normal? Violet or red? One more thing. N is 1 by lambda. It behaves like that. It will not be same for every color. Anyone?
Sir, violet will be closer to normal.
Very good. Violet will be closer to normal and red will be this. And this separation, let's say theta, it is called dispersion. It is called dispersion. If a medium is very, very high dispersive power, this theta will be very, very large. If the medium is non-dispersive, this theta will be 0. Yes or no? This for light wave we are considering it. Although this is in our syllabus, we will be studying this thing later also. But please try to understand. So violet will be near to that. This theta we can find it. ये angle क्या है? Angle of refraction for violet. We can find it. This is what angle of refraction for red. Minus कर दो, you will get the theta. So this theta is our dispersion. How कितना फैला हुआ है? Simple सा meaning है. What is the extent of this spread? That is called dispersion, right? So when a medium is non-dispersive, this theta will be 0. So theta increases, dispersive power of medium increases, right? Theta tend to 0, then we can say that the medium is non-dispersive. That means if medium is non-dispersive, can I say that it will not depend upon the lambda? So write it down. The first one is non-dispersive medium. I hope you got the concept of dispersion or non-dispersion. So if I have to write what is my non-dispersion medium, that a medium in which phase velocity is independent of omega or k. Obviously, when I write omega, it already contains f frequency. When I write k, it already contains the wavelength lambda. Okay. So when this is the case, we can say that the medium is non-dispersive, right? This is what we have considered, right? It will be remain for every same. So now understand, if this is the case, can I say that Vg is what? सबसे पहले एक चीज और लिख लो. If I am writing this thing, then what does it mean? That dv by dk is equals to dv by d lambda. Just above statement I'm writing dv by d omega or dv by df. It will be equals to what? 0. No change in speed with change in this. This is what our non-dispersive medium. So can I write that? Can I write? So that is Vg equals to V. ऊपर देख लो. ऊपर में जितना भी निकाला है सब में ये रिजल्ट आया है. That Vg is equals to V. Vg and V are our Vg and Vp. याद रखना. V and Vp are same. That I can say that in non-dispersive medium, phase velocity will be same as group velocity. Phase velocity will be same as group velocity. For example, let's say light wave in free space. Understand what I have told you, that what is the medium, that it has to be defined using a wave. So only not the free space. Free space for light wave is behaving as a dispersing medium. Okay? So you have to understand that a medium whether a medium is dispersive or not depends upon the relation between the wave and the medium. That means if and medium. That means, can I say that water is non-dispersive? Can I say that water is non-dispersive? अरे मैं बोल सकता हूँ क्या कि water is not dispersive? Can I say that? भाइयों बताओ please. Can I say that water is non-dispersive? Yes, no. बोल सकते हैं, नहीं बोल सकते हैं? ट्राई तो करो कम से कम. Can I say that water is a non-dispersive medium? Yes or no? We
सर
cannot say.
No, sir.
सर डिपेंड करता है, अगर साउंड वेव है तो डिस्पर्सिव नहीं होगा उसके लिए, और लाइट वेव है तो डिस्पर्सिव होगा. तो डिपेंड करता है हम कौन सी वेव यूज कर रहे
Depends
हैं.
upon the wave, right? Data insufficient. When someone asks you that given medium is dispersive or not, you will say that data is yes. Wave कौन सी है? Very good. So it depends upon the wave equation is given or not, right? So what is dispersive medium? Obviously बात है, क्या लिखेंगे? A medium in which phase velocity depends upon omega n k. A medium in which phase velocity depends on omega or k. Simply you can say that ki Vg will be not equals to V. V or Vp is same, है ना? Please understand this thing. V or Vp is exactly same. Now, if this is the case, I can say that the dispersive medium can be of two types. This dispersive medium can be of two types. यहाँ से दो cases we can find out. First case, when we saw normal dispersion. There can be only two cases, na? When these are not equal, there can be only two cases, that whether Vp is greater than Vg or. अच्छा, what is anomalous? Anomalous का मतलब क्या है? Here I am writing that Vg is less than V, and here I am writing Vg is greater than V. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by anomalous?
Sir, deviation from expectation.
Deviation from expectation. What we were expecting? We are saying that कि Vg छोटा है V से तो बोलेंगे नॉर्मल है, अदरवाइज इसको बोलेंगे वो है. इसका मतलब समझ लो क्या है? This also means first this dv by d lambda is less than 0. देख लो ऊपर जो इक्वेशन हमने किया है ना, या फिर dv by dk is greater than 0, and this means dv by d lambda is greater than 0, and dv by dk is less than 0. What does it mean? Why we are telling this as normal and this as anomalous? Why? अरे नॉर्मल है और ये एबनॉर्मल है, इसका मतलब यही है. तो why we are saying कि अगर Vg छोटा होगा तो ये नॉर्मल बात है. It's not a खराब बात. Why? Anyone? ट्राई तो करो यार, देखो ट्राई नहीं करोगे, सी you have not written test yet, है ना? When you write the test, the maximum comment that you will get is interpret your answer, right? And how this interpretation will come? जब तक तुम उसको attempt try नहीं करोगे, so whatever is given, please try to interpret that. ठीक है? You might be right, you might be wrong, doesn't matter. Important is that you have to learn this thing, you have to understand this thing.
सर
Nine-
VG लेस देन V में मतलब अ, जो वेव पैकेट है उसके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंपोनेंट्स की जो मतलब ग्रुप वेलोसिटी हुई वो कम हुई। तो सर मतलब ये नॉर्मल चीज है ना कि मतलब एवरेज कम हुआ और एनोमलस में मतलब ज्यादा हो जा रही है, मतलब उस मतलब ग्रुप वेलोसिटी ज्यादा हो जा रही है, तो मतलब ये थोड़ा एनोमली है इसलिए।
Good, correct. So basically, when we say group velocity, we consider the polychromatic wave. That is the average of all the velocity. What we have did, we have added the equations of the wave, and then we have find out the wave packet. So what we expect that the wave packet that we have got should have the energy lesser than the monochromatic wave. That's why if this thing is fulfilled, we call it as normal dispersion. Otherwise, we call this as anomalous dispersion. Good. Now we will do few numericals here and then we will move ahead. ठीक है, कुछ numericals करेंगे. Show that gravitational wave. Show that gravitational wave, that is ripple wave, when a stone is dropped in a pond. देखा है सबने? Is dispersive. सबने देखा है ना ये चीज? Yes or no? So the gravitational wave, ripple wave in a stone is dropped in a pond is dispersive. You will be needing the V now. V is root under G accessory to gravity lambda upon 2 pi. Giving you 2 minutes. Solve. Hmm. अच्छा, how many of you are using the mobile app of Quantum IS, Android app? Anyone? Oh, try using the website, right? I might take Android app down because it is causing a lot of dikkat. Every time Google Play is asking for some kind of verification and all those things, cannot waste time on those things. I think website it is more seamless, right? वेबसाइट पे ज्यादा अच्छे से है मेरे ख्याल से आज की क्लास इसलिए हाँ हाँ मैं वही बता रहा हूँ मैं एवरी डे आई हैव सम प्रॉब्लम विद द ऐप आई हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड विद टेक्निकल टीम ठीक है बट क्या कर सकते हैं we don't have a team है ना I'm the only one so better we should focus on the study rather than these things okay anyone got the answer हाँ website is easy to use the I'm using the learners platform they are very good platform मतलब बहुत साल से है बहुत अच्छे से है they were pre COVID times company they are working fine anyone what is the VP VG how much you are getting how much you are getting tell me अरे
VP by 2, VG equal to.
VP by 2 very good how many of you got this thing VG equals to VP by 2 yes got it so let's say V is equals to C root lambda where C is equals to G by 2 lambda ठीक है now understand one thing when you will be solving questions of these na group velocity phase velocity when you have lots of differentiation integration in other topics also when you have these things na just simplify your thing you need lambda dv by d lambda right this is what you are using vg is equals to v minus lambda dv by d lambda this is what we have studied in the last class this is what you're using so you have to differentiate only the lambda part है ना so just सबको c मान लो so it will save your time in calculation first thing second thing that it will the chances of the error will become less so v is will be c root lambda minus lambda what is dv by d lambda so c will come outside and lambda power 2 and root lambda 1 by root lambda na so it will be minus lambda
तो रूट लैम्डा ही हो जाएगा वो सर ऊपर लैम्डा है ही अपने पास
ऊपर लैम्डा है नीचे लैम्डा है it will be c by 2 so it will
रूट
become c by 2 root lambda है ना
यस सर
c by lambda 2 that is v by 2 so vg is v by 2 can I say that vg is less than v this is what my normal dispersion this is my normal dispersion how many got this answer raise your hand I'm writing the second one please raise your hand if you got the same answer light wave in glass or medium given ठीक है shows dispersion where n is equals to a plus b by lambda square दो कौन सा आ रहा है If you have any doubt in any of the calculation, please do let me know, है ना? I'm assuming these are very basic calculation, है ना?
सर इससे जो पिछले वाला जो लास्ट न्यूमेरिकल था उसमें रूट जी लैम्डा बाय 2 पाई है, तो सर इसको हम डायरेक्ट ऐसे भी तो कर सकते हैं कि v इक्वल टू रूट जी बाई के लिख दें एंड देन वी जी इक्वल टू वी प्लस के डी वी बाई डी के।
हाँ कर सकते हैं। डी लैम्डा लैम्डा और
Yes,
के
sir.
में कोई फैक्टर तो है बस।
यस सर।
Okay, so this is my n. Put the values. Formula again ऊपर हमने लिखा है. Although you have to derive this formula in the examination. मैंने लिखवाया है तुम्हें नोट में, but I will be using directly. जो मैंने ऊपर करवाया है, so I hope you guys can use this. Put the value 1 by v. Exam में you have to derive this formula, right? Right now we have just derived it today. That's why I am using from here. ठीक है? So 1 by v, 1 by
सर आज अपन ने सर एन और लैम्डा में नहीं निकाला है, एन और एफ में निकाला था।
NF निकाला है।
यस सर, वो अपन निकाल लेंगे मतलब वो भी।
ये निकाल लो फिर, चलो आ जाओ पर ये निकाल लेते हैं। तो हमने क्या निकाला है? जो निकाला है बताओ। 1 by vg, टेल मी एवरीवन। 1 by v
प्लस एफ बाय सी डी एन बाय डी एफ,
d
एन बाय डी एफ।
dn by df, ठीक है? Put the values. So we know that c is equals to lambda f. Put the value. So f is equals to lambda by c. Put the value. Let me know if you are getting this thing or not. 1 by vg is equals to 1 by v minus lambda by c dn by d lambda. Let me know if you're getting it or not. V is equals to n by c, c by n. From here, n is equals to c by v. What is c? Lambda f by v. Put it here. Have you got this one?
यस सर।
ठीक है। कैसे करेंगे इसमें? जिन लोगों का नहीं वो बताओ। f क्या लिखोगे? What do you write f as? c by लैम्डा, yes or no? एंड इसमें क्या करोगे, dn by df है तो d lambda, yes or no? So d lambda by df you have to put and find it and write it here. What is d lambda by df? What is d lambda by df? अरे minus c by f square, yes or no? How you got this one?
सर इसमें अगर f की जगह हम डायरेक्ट c बाय लैम्डा पुट कर दें तो d ऑफ c बाय लैम्डा, सर c कॉमन लेके d ऑफ 1 बाय लैम्डा, सर माइनस 1 अपॉन लैम्डा स्क्वायर d लैम्डा डायरेक्ट आ जाएगा।
जो भी है सिंपल वैल्यू पुट करना है।
यस
सो 1 by v, ठीक है, पुट द वैल्यू लैम्डा बाई सी, ऊपर दे रखा है ना n, तो माइनस लैम्डा बाई सी, व्हाट विल बी dn by d lambda? व्हाट विल बी dn by d lambda? ये a तो खत्म, b का क्या आएगा? पुट द वैल्यू फर्स्ट एवरीवन, इतना टाइम भी मतलब। अच्छा, व्हाट इज dn by d lambda here? ओके, राशि आ गया है। व्हाट इज dn by d lambda here? ब्रैकेट में क्यों लिख रहा हूँ, सीधा लिखते हैं। व्हाट इज dn by d lambda here? भाई वैसे नहीं चलेगा काम। व्हाट इज dn by d lambda here? यहाँ से dn by d
सर
lambda क्या है?
माइनस बी अपॉन लैम्डा क्यूब।
माइनस b अपॉन लैम्डा क्यूब, पुट द वैल्यू, माइनस b अपॉन लैम्डा क्यूब। So from here I can write 1 by v plus b by c lambda square, b by c lambda square, यही आ रहा सबका। तो what you can say,
माइनस बी अपॉन लैम्डा क्यों होगा?
माइनस
बी अपॉन लैम्डा स्क्वायर, हाँ 2 भी होगा ना, माइनस 2
इससे 2 भी होगा।
doesn't matter।
माइनस
So, ठीक है, got it। So from here which is higher, vg or vb? If I take 1 by v as common, it will be 1 plus 2b just multiply by v, क्या आ जाएगा यहाँ पर, 1 by v, ऊपर v आ जाएगा ना, c by lambda square। v को कुछ लिख सकते हैं हम लोग, can we write v as something?
सी बाय एन।
तो यहाँ पर जो है c by v को n लिख देते हैं, तो 1 by v प्लस 1 by b, 2b n into lambda square। n की वैल्यू ऑलरेडी गिवन है, इफ यू वांट n into अगर लैम्डा स्क्वायर करें तो क्या आ जाएगा, a lambda square plus b, जो भी है। From here can I conclude that vg is less than v? This is what we have to conclude. Whatever this thing, this will be a positive one, yes or no? Greater than 1, v and lambda square, all those things are there. So can I say that ki v is greater than vg, yes or no? Everyone, कह सकते हैं ना या नहीं कह सकते?
सर ये तो ऊपर से ही कह सकते थे ना सर।
कहाँ से कह सकते थे भाई, ये तो पुट करोगे तब
सर
तो।
एसी, मैं कौन यहाँ एसी वाले से
हाँ क्या कहते थे बिल्कुल।
कह सकते थे वही तो।
ओके, नाउ फ्यू क्वेश्चंस आर देयर, करो सॉल्व करो। कैलकुलेट द ग्रुप वेलोसिटी y1 is 10 psi 2 pi t minus 5x and y2 is 15 sin 5 pi t minus 5x. Solve it. अरे मैंने एक चीज यहाँ पर नहीं करवाया ना, ग्राफ ड्रॉ कर लो यार यहाँ पर, नॉर्मल और एनोमलस का। एवरीवन ड्रॉ इट, वेरी इजी टू ड्रॉ। ओमेगा एन के, ठीक है। सो इफ इट इज नो डिस्पर्सन like this is my no dispersion, that is Vg is equals to V, ठीक है। फॉर नॉर्मल दिस इज नॉर्मल, तुम थोड़ा और कर्व बना सकते हो, इट्स अप टू यू, वेयर Vg is less than V, it is my normal। Anomalous is like this, where Vg is greater than V, so it is anomalous। कुछ नहीं, बस कंक्लूजन में काम आ जाता है ये, है ना। इसी वाले में होता तो क्या करते तुम, अगर मान लो यही क्वेश्चन आता है एग्जाम में, सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डन, कैसे लिखते हैं आंसर, एनीवन, इंट्रो क्या लिखते हैं, यू विल डिफाइन फेज वेलोसिटी एंड ग्रुप वेलोसिटी, यस और नो। भाई सबने देख रखा है ना वो आंसर सेशन। अरे यार, यस नो।
यस सर।
No, sir. No.
The introduction you have written phase velocity and group velocity, those you have not seen that, I will be adding you in the lawns वाला बैच, ठीक है, वहां से तुम लोग देख लोगे। आई माइट डू इट टुडे और टुमारो, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, बट स्टिल अंडरस्टैंड
कितनी
व्हाट।
क्लासेस हुई
हाँ,
सर? लॉन्च की कितनी क्लासेस हुई हैं?
अभी तक तो सिर्फ दो क्लास हुई, फर्स्ट में हमने सिर्फ बात की है हाउ टू राइट द आंसर, एंड सेकंड वन मैकेनिक्स का लेक्चर में 1 to 4 का हुआ है बस। बाकी जो है वो हम लोग रिज्यूम करेंगे सितंबर से, ठीक है, सितंबर फर्स्ट वीक से आई गेस, फर्स्ट जो तुम्हारा। तो in the introduction what you will writing here, phase velocity and group velocity, in the end this will you will interpret vp और vg निकालोगे, क्या बोलोगे, नॉर्मल डिस्पर्शन, और फिर क्या कर दोगे, वो ग्राफ बना दोगे, ये लो, खत्म कहानी, सो सिंपल, सॉल्व इट। बहुत ही आसान सवाल है तो। म्यूट हो जाओ। What will be Vg? So I will be writing this. We were using the d omega by dk when we have the superimposition of multiple waves. When only two waves are there, this is the difference that we have to write. So delta omega by delta k. बोलो भाई, what is delta omega? Delta omega किसी से किसी को माइनस कर दो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। So 2 pi minus 5 pi. And what is k? -5 minus 5. 2 pi minus 5 minus plus of 5. अरे तो कुछ और आ जाएगा। नहीं नहीं, डू इट प्लस अब आएगा।
सर 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 जब अपन ने थ्योरी में, जब अपन ने कॉस के टर्म्स में किया था, तो वहाँ पे एम्पलीट्यूड दोनों का सेम था,
हाँ हाँ।
और यहाँ पे एम्पलीट्यूड अलग है,
हम्म।
तो उससे कोई डिफरेंस नहीं आएगा सर?
नहीं, उसकी एम्पलीट्यूड मॉड्यूलेशन रहेगा ना। हमने दो बातें की थी, याद करो, वहां पे हमारी दो बातें हुई थी। देखो, हमने जब पढ़ा था तो दिस व्हाट वी हैव रिटन, डेल्टा ओमेगा डेल्टा के, है ना। ये जो ए है ना, दिस विल चेंज, ए1 प्लस ए2 वाला, यहां से ये ए1 कॉस प्लस ए2 कॉस भी तो ऐड कर सकते हैं ना हम लोग, ये सुनो।
यस सर।
दैट विल बी चेंजिंग, बट दी जो वेलोसिटी है, फेज एंड ग्रुप वेलोसिटी, दैट डिपेंड ओनली अपॉन द फेज। दिस द फेज, so we should consider on the phase only. ठीक है।
ठीक है सर।
Put the value, what you will get? 5 minus 5, that will be 10. 5 minus of minus 5, that is 10. So answer is minus 3 pi by 10. Minus only signifying that it is moving in negative direction. Done everyone? सबका हो गया यहाँ तक? So we have completed this portion. Pulse and wave, phase and group velocity. Right? Now we will be starting. अच्छा, मैंने ये होमवर्क दिया था करने के लिए, रिफ्लेक्शन एंड रिफ्रैक्शन फ्रॉम हाइगन प्रिंसिपल। हैव एवरीवन डन इट? सबने कर लिया ना? या नहीं किया? So I will be teaching you this when I will be teaching you the diffraction या इंटरफेरेंस। वेव ऑप्टिक्स के स्टार्टिंग में मैं ये पढ़ाऊंगा, रिफ्लेक्शन एंड रिफ्रैक्शन फ्रॉम द हाइगन प्रिंसिपल। ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद दिस वन, स्टेशनरी वेव इन स्ट्रिंग। ठीक है, एंड बहुत ही अच्छे से पढ़ेंगे इसको, समझोगे अच्छे से। दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, दिस इज वन ऑफ द पोर्शन वेयर स्टूडेंट्स हैव a lot of confusion. ठीक है, so I will try to minimize the confusions. So this is my standing wave. What is the standing wave? In the first lecture I have already told you the meaning of that. बताओ भाई, what do you mean by standing wave? Anyone?
सर नो एनर्जी ट्रांसफर।
No energy transfer, very good. और और बताओ भाई, no energy transfer of what? No energy transfer of what?
सर वेव्स।
Okay, so standing wave are basically the wave which has no net flow, right? No net flow. Yes, they are flowing, but there is no net flow. So yes, you can write that. A standing wave is a situation when there is no net flow of energy in any direction. No net flow, you should understand. This is very important to understand that I am talking about the net flow. Net flow. But if someone asks, does energy is flowing in X direction? Yes. Does energy is flowing in minus X direction? Yes. But there will be no net energy flow anywhere. So this is you to understand. Let's say that let me consider this thing. 2-digit support are there. Okay. Now I'm making that one wave that is traveling here is something like this. One wave that is traveling here is something like this, and it will be imparting energy in this direction. The energy in this direction. What does energy is causing? When we are telling that there is no net change of energy, you should understand what does this energy is doing. अरे ये क्या कर रहा है? ये वेव अगर इस पार्टिकल को मिला तो ये क्या करने बोल रहा है? टू ऑसिलेट इन दिस डायरेक्शन. But what we are considering that there is superposition of same wave. But there is same superposition of the same wave having the same phase, which is moving in this direction, then it will be imparting the same energy, right? See, understand one thing, that if this is the energy E1 is going, this is the energy E2 is going, how we are telling कि E1 plus E2 zero हो गया भाई? Energy are scalar. Are you getting it? मैंने क्या बताया था? I have told you that if this is the point, there is superposition of wave. When one wave is going to hit this point, another wave is going to hit this point, both will be giving the energy to this particle. And the net energy will be the sum of that. Intensity will be sum of that. Then why we are saying that कि यहाँ पे कोई energy है ही नहीं? How many for agreeing this thing? कि this green color will give E1 energy, this red color will give E2 energy, and the resulting of that will be this. That every particle here lying here. Why we are saying no net of energy? Anyone? भाई ये सब जो मैं बातें करवाता हूँ ना, इसी से इंटरप्रिटेशन लिखने की कला सीखोगे, एंड दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग.
हाँ सर, मे बी वो फेज में नहीं होगा जो E2 जा रहा होगा E1 के.
फेज में नहीं होगा,
सेम
फेज
फेज
में
में नहीं.
I'm just
Sir,
asking.
there is no SHM by particles, sir.
No SM by particles. Are you sure?
No SHM by particles about their position, sir.
Are you sure about it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? When I am saying no net of flow of energy, right? What does it mean? सबको ट्राई करना है एक बार एटलीस्ट. सब लोग ट्राई करो और बोलो. I know everyone can remember the derivation. सब कुछ कर लोगे, बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है. But this is the skill. आंसर राइटिंग स्किल में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट फिजिक्स में है इंटरप्रिटेशन स्किल. Introduction, you have to remember laws, definition. I know you can remember. Application लिखवाऊंगा सबके वैल्यूडेशन क्लासेस में, वो भी याद कर लोगे. I know that. But the interpretation, you cannot leave it for the last. ट्राई करो सब लोग एक बार, एटलीस्ट ट्राई. that when I'm saying that it is a wave or the energy, no net flow of energy in any direction, what does I basically mean from that? अच्छा मुझे एक बात बताओ, if energy, as you are saying, as I am also saying, that the energy will be zero, so how we get to hear, अच्छा everyone agree or not कि we uh, due to the standing wave formation on guitar we hear sound, their energy cancel out. एनर्जी स्केलर है, वेक्टर थोड़ी है. And how many of you agree there is a phenomena called standing wave on the guitar, and due to the standing wave of guitar we hear that noise. सुना तो होगा तुमने, हार्मोनिक, फर्स्ट हार्मोनिक, सेकंड ओवरटोन, फर्स्ट ओवरटोन frequency is getting out energy of the oscillation, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So how
sir.
we are saying there is no net flow of energy? बोलना होगा, मुझे यही सिखाना है तुम्हें जीवन में. पार्टिकल रिमेन कन्फाइंड, अभी आया किसी का, particle remain confined within the region of overlap. Particles are there only. Even in wave, particle not getting anywhere. Particle is oscillating. भाई ये जो wave
Sir,
था हमारा, ये जो wave था,
excuse me,
सुनो
sir.
चलते हुए, this particle was oscillating here only. बोलो बोलो.
जब वो राइट की तरफ इवन जा रही है तो वहां से फिर जो सर ये फेज का इसमें 180 डिग्री चेंज हो जा रहा है ना,
हो रहा है, बिल्कुल हो रहा है.
तो सर इसलिए वो सर वहाँ पे डिस्ट्रक्टिव कुछ फॉर्म होता है, इसलिए सर वो जो रिजल्टेंट आ रहा है वो हमारा ये नोड आ रहा है ब्लू वाला.
डिस्ट्रक्टिव आ रहा है, नोड आ रहा है, ठीक है, वेरी गुड, सही जा रहा है, आगे आगे बोलो.
इसके आगे में
सर जैसे स्टैंडिंग वेव में सर फ्लो ऑफ एनर्जी नहीं होती है, मतलब कि सर एक साथ मतलब सारे पार्टिकल्स की कुछ एनर्जी है और मतलब सर सारे एक साथ मैक्सिमा, सारे एक साथ मिनिमा, मतलब ऐसे ऑसिलेट करेंगे तो सर फ्लो नहीं होती है लेकिन सारे ऑसिलेट करते हैं ऐसे. और एक नॉर्मल वेव में सर सबकी अलग अलग फेज होती है, तो कोई एक बार मैक्सिमा होता है फिर मिनिमा होता है, तो सर वो ट्रांसफर ऑफ एनर्जी कंटिन्यू होती रहती है.
वेरी गुड, very good. When we say no net flow of energy, it simply means that there is no net flow of, or there is no net flow of wave motion is seen. We have defined the wave is the transfer of energy in the medium. How it is being transferred? Nothing is getting transferred. Nothing is getting transferred, but we have the illusion of that transferred. For example, we say this is my wave, right? This particle is oscillating like this. हमें ऐसा feel होता है कि this particle has transferred the energy there, but this is not the true. So no net flow of wave motion is seen there, right? But whether the energy has dissipated, no, this is not the case. You need to understand this thing, right? So we say this for the amplitude analysis, right? This is one of the convention that we talk about. When we are saying no net flow of energy, we are talking about its wave motion. We are talking about its amplitude. Yes, because there will be superposition here. समझो, there is not कि ऐसा नहीं हो रहा है. This will be the motion. ठीक है, or it can be more harmonic. So motion is continuously there, but what you need to understand, this thing you should understand, that superposition can happen in any wave. ठीक है, but if this superposition is happening between coherent wave, Anyone who can tell me the coherent wave? Coherent wave.
The same source
Wave.
having same frequency and phase.
Yes. Wave which are having same frequency, first thing. और भी चीजें पढ़ेंगे आगे चलकर हम लोग, but अभी के लिए तो समझो having same frequency and constant phase difference. So when we superimpose two coherent wave, what will happening? What we are getting? Please understand, whatever we are learning for the whole waves on optics. ठीक है? Superposition of coherent wave, it will give us what we called superposition of coherent wave as भाई ये गड़बड़ है फिर। हाँ,
Maximus.
इंटरफेरेंस, वेरी गुड, बिल्कुल पीछे बोला इंटरफेरेंस। And when we have same amplitude, same amplitude and opposite direction, simply means same amplitude opposite direction simply means that opposite phase overlapping, what we get now?
Standing wave.
This should be the conceptual clarity for you. They are not different thing. Standing wave is made if they can interfere. If they cannot interfere, standing wave cannot be right? So now you should understanding that in interference you can have maximas and minimas based on I1 and I2 interference pattern. So for example, we are talking about the amplitude analysis. So if this is the wave which is going like that, if it superimposes with this, what you will get? You will get this amplitude. You will get this amplitude. Let's say if this is A and this is A, right? If they are traveling in both opposite direction, this is not about the energy. Energy will be twice here. But what is the amplitude that you are getting? That is this. So there is no amplitude formation here. So that's why we tell that it is a standing wave. There is no energy transfer. Everyone clear with that? Literal meaning नहीं है एनर्जी ट्रांसफर का, यहां पर एम्पलीट्यूड एनालिसिस वाइज है. Yes, no, please raise your hand if you understood this thing. Two things you should understand. First, it should be coherent wave, and second, the energy transfer that is taking place is nothing but the amplitude analysis only. ठीक है? Okay. Now interference, थोड़ा सा इंटरफेरेंस की बात कर लेते हैं हम लोग. Although I hope you know, also we have to study this thing in great detail, but थोड़ा सा बात कर लेते हैं. If you have seen the interference, right? So what was I? Anyone remember? I was, बताओ यार, 12वीं की चीजें हैं. I1 plus I2 into 2 root I1 I2 cos delta phi. That is the phase difference between them, where delta phi I can define it as 2 pi by lambda into delta x, right? This is what we understand from the wave equation. And amplitude I is equals to a square. So a square we write as a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. A1 A2 cos phi. Now you have to understand here that it can be constructive. and it can be destructive. So it can be, first interference can be constructive. Interference भाई सिर्फ लाइट में नहीं होती है. Interference can occur in any type of wave which is coherent in nature, having a constant phase difference, right? So we say is constructive when intensity is maximum. When will be the intensity will be maximum? When
phase difference will be 0.
Yes, ठीक है. When amplitude is maximum, yes or no? The next point वही लिखूंगा मैं. So amplitude is maximum. Maximum amplitude is what we defined as what? Antinode. This maximum amplitude we define as antinode. It is ठीक है. Now when the maximum amplitude will be there, when cos delta phi is 1, there only we will get this thing. Delta phi will be equals to 2n lambda, 2n pi. Now delta phi is what? 2 pi by lambda into delta x is equals to 2n lambda. So I hope you know these things. ये तो बच्चे वाली चीजें हैं. That delta x is equals to n lambda. That is at 0, lambda, 2 lambda, 3 lambda. What we will be finding? We will be finding antinodes as these points. Similarly, if I'm saying about that the destructive interference is there, destructive interference is there. So this simply means that intensity is maximum. Sorry, intensity is minimum, which simply say that our amplitude is minimum, not zero. याद रखना, कहीं नहीं लिखा होता है बट बच्चे समझ लेते हैं कि ये जीरो ही है. What this point is known as? Anyone? क्या बोलते हैं इस पॉइंट को? नोड. सो एंटीनोड तो सबको याद होता है कि मैक्सिमम एम्पलीट्यूड वाली पॉइंट है, राइट? बट डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस में यू विल गेट नोड, and node is a point when amplitude is minimum, not necessarily zero. And here if you remember, delta x क्या आई थी? 2n plus 1 lambda by 2. पढ़ा है हमने बचपन में. Although these things we will be studying in coming classes, है ना, वहां पढ़ना है हमें. ठीक है. Now let's take standing wave due to sinusoidal wave. Sinusoidal wave, ठीक है, traveling in plus and minus x. So this is what I want you guys to remember. ठीक है, बताओ मुझे. Let's take y1 a sin same amplitude. बताओ, if I want standing wave, what should my y2? What should be my y2? If I want standing wave, what should be my y2?
Sir, omega t plus kx. A sin omega t plus k.
A sin omega t plus kx. Here we have understood this point that it should be coherent, same frequency तो होगी, constant phase difference भी होगा, but इस phase difference को भी हमने कर दिया कैसा? Opposite direction. That should be, phase difference should be pi. ये हमने fix कर दिया. Amplitude same होगा, ये भी हमने fix कर दिया. Please try to understand. If it will be omega 1 and omega 2, can we have a standing wave? Can we have a standing wave of different frequencies?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, कौन बोला बे? who is saying yes? इतने टाइम के बाद बोले कौन, who is saying yes? Can we have a standing wave having of superposing two incoherent wave? So we cannot have. Can we have superposition?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I have to have superposition, any two wave. If we have to have interference, there must be coherent wave. If we have to have a standing wave, then three condition: coherent wave, yes, opposite direction, and same amplitude. All these conditions are needed to be true. ठीक है? Now y equals to y1 plus y2. Y is equals to y1 plus y2. तुम लोग बताओ क्या आएगा? It is a sin omega t minus kx plus sin omega t plus kx. Do the calculation first. मेरे से पहले कर लो प्लीज. Sin a minus b is sin a cos b minus cos a sin b plus sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. कट गया. So can I write y is equals to 2a cos kx sin omega t, or simply I write it as r sin omega t. Now tell me what is the frequency of oscillation here? Will it be, wait, so what will be the frequency of oscillation here? What is the frequency of oscillation? Changed or not? Changed or not? भाई साहब, frequency of oscillation has changed or not? Frequency of oscillation has changed or not?
No, sir.
No. What has changed? Only the amplitude.
Amplitude.
Yes. So this is what we call as equation of standing wave. ये क्या है हमारा? This is my equation of standing wave. There can be other standing wave also, but we will take this one. This is my equation of standing wave. Okay. Now do the amplitude analysis. Let's do the amplitude analysis. Amplitude analysis. So what is my amplitude here? I already told you कि sin omega t के बाद जो भी है phase वाला, that is my amplitude. That is r is equals to 2a cos kx. 2a cos kx. Now, what I can write? Interpret this one. Everyone, interpret.
Sir, frequency of oscillation means मतलब क्या हुआ इसमें? मतलब सर एक तो एम्पलीट्यूड भी, जैसे एक एम्पलीट्यूड की भी फ्रीक्वेंसी हुई.
एम्पलीट्यूड की फ्रीक्वेंसी कहाँ हो रही है भाई? एम्पलीट्यूड की फ्रीक्वेंसी कहाँ है?
अच्छा हाँ, ठीक है सर।
I mean, from this equation, can I write that all the particles will oscillate with same frequency, but their amplitude depends upon their position. This is what you can analyze here, that amplitude is what? Position dependent. Amplitude is what? See, what is amplitude? Maximum displacement of the particle. I'm not talking about the displacement. Dependent. Please do not understand this thing. Y is what? Displacement. This is displacement. This R is maximum displacement. याद रखना, इससे ज्यादा कभी वो डिस्प्लेस कर ही नहीं सकता. This is the maximum displacement. So I am not writing the displacement will be governed by this equation. I am writing the amplitude. Maximum displacement will also be a position dependent, right? So when it will be a position dependent, then the concept will come for the node and the anti-node. Then the position will come for the node as well as the anti-node. Okay? So understand. Position dependent, that means maximum amplitude of the particle will depends upon the position. So first, let's do the anti-node analysis. Anti-node is a point, I'm writing it again and again, where we say that the amplitude is maximum. So what will be the amplitude here? R max will be what? R max will be 2A. Again, understand the wave that we have considered. If we take that wave into the consideration only, then only the R max will be 2A. Otherwise, it may be different. Okay, that we will study later. So R max is equals to 2A. When R max is equals to 2A, can I say that cos kx we have taken as 1? Or plus minus 1? It can be plus minus 2A. R minus can be plus minus 2A ना, ऊपर नीचे दोनों हो सकता है ना? So it can be plus minus 1. Put the value. So if this is the value, can I write that kx will be equals to n lambda. Kx is equals to n lambda. What is k? K is nothing. It is 2 pi by lambda. It is 2 pi by lambda into x. Arey bhai, sorry. It is n pi, not n lambda. It is n pi. So pi se pi khatam. What we are getting here? We are getting x anti-node an. An is equals to n lambda by 2. We are getting n lambda by 2. That means first anti-node that we will be getting, will be at 0, lambda by 2, lambda, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, such that the difference between each one of them is what? Lambda by 2. So हर एक lambda by 2 पर what we will be getting? हर एक lambda by 2 पे what we are getting? We are getting an anti. So L0 will be equal to anti-node. If we have considered this equation, sin A sin omega tx, so this will be my equation. Again, this will change. If you change the equations, this will change. It is for just the calculation that we have did. Okay. Second, for node, Node is what? When displacement is minimum. Now here we can have amplitude is minimum. देखो amplitude is minimum. When I am saying that amplitude is minimum, ऊपर वाले कंडीशन में minimum क्या हो सकती है? Tell me. What is the minimum value it can have? 0. So from here, if I am writing R minimum is 0, then I can write that cos kx is 0. What is cos kx? Nothing. It is 2 pi by lambda. It is 2 pi by lambda. 2 pi by lambda k into x. 0 कब होता है ये? किसी भी ऑड मल्टीपल पे 2n+1 lambda by 2 pi by 2. So pi and pi cancel out. So from here x node n is equals to 2n+1 lambda by 4. So at lambda by 4 you get this one. So here I can write lambda by 4, 3 lambda by 4, 5 lambda by 4, lambda by 2, lambda by 2, where n can be 0, 1, 2, 3, so on. Here also n can be 0, 1, 2, 3. Please note down that the wave that we have taken, all things that we are defining, it is for that only. If you change the wave, everything will change. So can anyone draw the graph for me? If this is my standing wave, so let's say this will be my standing wave. ऐसे कुछ होता है. So all those point here, we call this as node. We call this as antinode. We call this as node. This is my node. This is my antinode. So for above discussion, tell me, this node to node distance is what? Lambda by 2. We have seen this thing. From this antinode to antinode, it is lambda by 2. But from any node to antinode, it is lambda by 4. It is lambda by 4. Write it down. So path difference between any two consecutive nodes and antinodes will be, तुम लोग बोलोगे, tell me, fill in the blanks. Fill the blanks. First blanks. Path difference between any two adjacent and node and antinode. बताओ भाई. Fill the blanks. अरे पहले वाले में क्या लिखोगे? What do you
Lambda
write?
by 2.
Lambda by 2. Very good. And दूसरे वाले में lambda by.
Lambda by 2.
Very good. Now let's understand this thing. What is happening here? That this is my node. This is my node. This is my node. If this is my wave, which is going on, okay? If this is my wave which is going on, so what is happening now? That these particles will be coming down. And these particles are going up for the next phase. ये जो होता है, अगर हम इन दोनों को काउंट कर ले इस तरीके से, तो फर्स्ट वेव विल गो दिस, सेकंड विल गो विद दिस, ऐसे 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 ऐसे, दिस थिंग विल बी हैपनिंग continuously through. So let us take, we are taking one snap at a instant. What you can conclude from this diagram itself? This is for, I am writing for half oscillation. Anyone? From this diagram, what you can conclude? What you can interpret now? Anyone? This is the half oscillation na of the standing wave. ऐसे ही जाता ना, ये गया, फिर टकराया, ये आया, फिर गया, आया, टकराया, गया. So standing wave की, this is the complete oscillation of standing wave. So this is my half oscillation of standing wave. What you can write from this one only? बताओ भाई. ऐसे जीवन कैसे चलेगा? कुछ तो बोलो, ट्राई तो करो एटलीस्ट. मुझे इससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, तुम सही बोलो या गलत बोलो. नो इशू विद दैट, जीरो इशू. बट इसका इशू है कि अगर तुम नहीं कुछ बोल रहे हो तो. बोलना होगा, ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा.
सर जो नोड्स हैं उनका एम्पलीट्यूड 6 है, 0.
नोट्स है, उनका एम्पलीट्यूड फिक्स्ड है 0. इसके अलावा कैन आई से दैट ड्यूरिंग वन ऑसिलेशन particles will be in straight line. Particles will be in straight line for 2 times. Yes or no? ये स्ट्रेट लाइन है, एक बार आने टाइम नीचे गया, फिर जाने टाइम. सो पार्टिकल विल बी इन 2 times. सेकंड थिंग, नो दिस वन इज इंपॉर्टेंट. पहले वाला तो ठीक है, कुछ नहीं है, हाफ में एक बार आया तो फुल में 2 आएगा. कैन आई सी दैट between any two node, what is the phase of the particle? What is the phase of the particle between any two nodes? Particles oscillate in same phase between any two nodes, any two consecutive nodes. Any two consecutive nodes. Understand? This was my node. Again, this is my antinode, this is my antinode. So node, all the particles are coming down, same phase of oscillation. Here, all of them are going up, same phase of oscillation. See, next क्या होगा? फिर नीचे आएंगे, फिर next क्या ऊपर जाएंगे? Doesn't matter that. Matter ये करता है कि particle will oscillate in same phase. If we are having two nodes, between these two nodes, all the particles have same phase. Here also have the same phase. But particles oscillate in opposite phase or different phase, you can write, in two sides of a node. So if you take any node, let's say this node, this side and this side, these particles oscillation is different. Yes or no, everyone? अरे भाई ठीक है ना यहाँ तक?
Yes, sir.
Let's do that. Partial standing wave. No, I am writing partial standing wave. That is, it is not a completely fully standing wave. Then I am just giving you कि अगर कभी numerical आ गया तो you should use your brain there. So there will be net flow of energy in one direction. When two waves of opposite phase interfere with each other. First thing. Second thing, that amplitudes are different. So if amplitudes are different, they say that कि node will be non-zero. Node पे amplitude of zero नहीं होगी. Node will be now become non-zero. Something like this. कि right now this point will be again, this is the minimum, so I will call it as node. This is my minimum, I will call it as node. This is the maximum, I will call it as antinode. See, node and antinode are on the line of the wave, है ना? ये करते हैं. So what I can write here, what will be y here? So y will be y1 plus y2. Now everything will remain same, just change the y1 and y2. So it is a1 sin omega t minus kx plus a2, बताओ भाई जोड़ कर सब लोग, ओमेगा टी प्लस के एक्स. सब कुछ सेम है, बस एम्पलीट्यूड वी हैव डिफरेंट एम्पलीट्यूड. Solve it. See, there are few things that you need not to study. Okay, when you open your books, you will see a lot more of thing that is given there. But do we need to study that? No. Okay. What apart from my lectures you need to study? You just need to study the NCERT level. NCERT में जो है वो एक बार पढ़ लेना. That is more than sufficient. Solve it. बताओ भाई क्या आएगा? अरे यार इसमें सिंपल सा काम बताया क्या किया जाता है. What do you have to do? Just minus a2 sin omega t minus kx plus a2 sin omega t minus kx. इन दोनों को सॉल्व करो. इन दोनों को सॉल्व करो. लिख दो. What you will get? Y will be nothing. ऊपर वाला आ जाएगा a1 minus a2 sin omega t minus kx, and this will become again 2a2 जो ऊपर पढ़ा है हमने cos kx sin omega t. Cos kx sin omega t. So you have to understand here that this part is giving you the standing wave. And this part is your traveling wave. Because it's a partial standing wave, that means few portion is will be traveling wave and few portion will be standing wave. Okay? I hope you have understood the thing. Now, standing wave depends upon initial condition. ठीक है? Please understand this thing. Examination में तुम्हें क्या लेना है? Standing wave. What you will assume? It depends upon that. ठीक है? Initial condition of what? Of node and antinode. Be careful here. If you take the wrong equation, answer will be wrong in the examination, right? So please understand this here. First one, when x is 0, at x is 0, R is minimum. R is minimum, that means node. Tell me what equation you can write. At x is 0, R is maximum. It is antinode. What equation you can write? So here, y will be equals to a sin kx sin omega t plus theta. This is the equation that you should use. देख लो करके. And here जो हमने पढ़ा है अभी a cos kx sin omega t. So this is one of the basic गलती जो normally लोग करते हैं, right? This is one of the basic or common mistake that people do, and after solving a page, then they realize कि उनको कुछ और लेके solve करना था. But you know that in examination you have a space constant as well as time constant, and also the questions are along with their, जैसे question होता है उसके नीचे तो page होता है. You cannot cut. Are you getting it? It will not give you a good impression. First impression will be lost, second your time will be lost, and third your space will be lost also. If that question has to be solved in 3 pages and if you have cut 1 pages, you have only 2 pages left with you. समझ में आ रहा है? So please write a note here. Note, be careful while choosing. Be careful while choosing standing wave equation in your answer. Be careful while choosing standing wave equation in your answer. Please revise whatever we have done. Please revise once. Then we will move ahead. We will moving to the next topic, but before that, I want everyone to revise it first. If I ask you, what is the speed of wave on a string? Wave on a string, speed. भाई साहब, anyone? Do I need to teach that also? Speed of a wave on a string. Root under E by mu, yes or no? अरे पता नहीं पता. How many of you know this thing? That is speed of P by mu. Can I expect these 11th class basic concepts from you guys? Whatever is mentioned in the syllabus, I will be teaching you. But can I expect these things कि हाँ तुम्हें याद है ये basic formula? This is the basic form. अरे बस एक ही बोलता है राशि. बाकी जनता. How do you know this equation? Please raise your hand. Okay, Rahul, Shubham, Piyush, Ashutosh. Write a homework. Please study this topic from the NCERT. If you don't know these basic formula. ठीक है? Although I will be writing you the values, but ठीक है फिर भी. Okay. ठीक है. Now, let's start with the velocity analysis.
Sir,
Yes. Yeah.
sir,
Audible. बोलो.
yeah. Sir, what do we mean by this statement? Standing wave depends on initial conditions, sir.
Standing wave
depends.
equation, sorry. That word equation we should use the standing wave equation. Sorry. that whether we should use this one, a sin omega t or a cos x sin omega t, that depends upon our initial condition. Okay.
Oh, okay, sir.
अरे ये भी हो सकता है ना स्टैंडिंग वेव. सुनो, SHM can be a sin omega t. SHM can also be a cos omega t. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Sin and cos में डिफरेंस क्या है? This is sin, this is cos. डिफरेंस इज कि इनिशियली क्या थी डिस्प्लेसमेंट, है ना? सेम गोज विथ हियर. So if initially x is 0, x is 0 initially, तो यहाँ पर साइन है क्योंकि x 0 पर r 0 है, नोड है तो. बट x 0 पर r मैक्सिमम है, that is a, then it is this equation we have to take. Clear है?
Yes, sir.
चलो, we will do the velocity analysis and then we will solve few questions. ठीक है, don't worry. So velocity analysis, let's do that. Y is equals to 2a cos kx sin omega t. For every derivation, I will be using this one only. ठीक है? What will be my VP? Can I write VP will be my del y by del t? So क्या होगा? 2a cos kx will remain same and sin will become, sorry, यहाँ पे a omega will be there ना? A omega cos kx cos omega t. This will be my VP. ठीक है? Now tell me one thing. What will be VP max? What will be VP max?
Two a omega cos kx.
The VP max will be equals to अरे 2a क्या?
2a omega cos kx.
हाँ. 2a omega cos kx. अच्छा, can you tell me what is the phase difference between velocity and displacement? What is the between velocity and displacement phase difference? Anyone?
pi by 2.
Pi by 2. Very good. So 2a omega cos kx. This is the maximum velocity. So first thing I can write here that the phase difference between velocity and displacement is pi by 2. और path difference कितना हो जाएगा? Anyone? Path difference is
λ/4।
लैम्डा बाई।
Yes, sir. Lambda by 4.
अच्छा एक बात मुझे बताओ, जब एम्पलीट्यूड मैक्सिमम है क्या तभी वेलोसिटी भी मैक्सिमम होगी?
Yes, sir.
नो सर।
नो।
सर फॉर अ पार्टिकल यू आर आस्किंग?
यस, ऑब्वियसली वेलोसिटी का पार्टिकल भी आती है।
हाँ तो सर उससे सेम पार्टिकल के लिए सर जो मैक्सिमम एम्पलीट्यूड है उसी के लिए मैक्सिमम वेलोसिटी होगी।
एम्पलीट्यूड as well as velocity, obviously we are talking for a particular time, है ना? Velocity is the function of cos kx. That means both will have maximum value and minimum value at same position. When the velocity will be maximum, but phase will be different, है ना? पाई बाय 2 का है। Tell me when velocity will be maximum, कब maximum होता है? मतलब if let's say this is my standing wave, this is my node, this is my antinode, this is my node, this is my antinode, this is my antinode. बताओ भाई, where the velocity will be maximum or minimum?
So that antinode.
At antinode, velocity is maximum, and at node, velocity is minimum. Now these things will help you in writing the conclusions. These things act as a sometimes क्या बोलते हैं इसको, fact. Okay. Just solve few questions, then we'll move ahead.
सर सर नोड तो सर हमेशा रेस्ट की तरह ही अपन को दिखाई देगा ना कि रेस्ट पे है नोड।
नोड हमेशा crest हो रही है। Curve from crest तो ये होता है यार, this is curve, this is crest. Node is where the displacement is minimum.
हाँ तो सर ये मतलब एक तरीके से रेस्ट नहीं दिखाई देगा, मतलब अगर जीरो एम्पलीट्यूड होगा तो।
हाँ, रेस्ट बोल रहे हो ना? हाँ, दिखाई
हाँ
देगा
तो सर
अगर।
फिर फेज इसके लिए फिर नोड के लिए भी फेज डिफरेंस की बात करेंगे, अगर कोई चीज रेस्ट पे है तो उसके लिए क्या फेज डिफरेंस की बात करेंगे?
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली फेज डिफरेंस वहां दो पार्ट है ना। दी फर्स्ट पार्ट इज टेलिंग कि ये जीरो है, सेकंड पार्ट तो फेज डिफरेंस है ही इसका ना। यस और नो?
यस सर, सेकंड वाला तो है, फर्स्ट वाला जीरो कर दे रहा है cos के x।
अच्छा तुम लोग को लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव थोड़ा बहुत पता है ना, याद है ना? लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव, ट्रांसवर्स वेव, यस और नो? या नहीं याद है? याद है लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव या नहीं याद है? जल्दी बताओ। याद है, चलो। व्हाट वाज लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव, एनीवन? What was longitudinal wave? What was
Motion
longitudinal
of
wave?
particle will be parallel to that of the medium.
Okay. Anyone else? What is it? What do you mean by longitudinal wave?
What do you mean by longitudinal wave?
Oscillation of particle is perpendicular to the propagation of the wave.
Yes. So a wave is said to be longitudinal if the propagation of that wave is along with that wave. Okay. For example of longitudinal wave, you can have longitudinal wave in rod. You can have longitudinal wave in air. You can have longitudinal wave anywhere where the particle motion can be written like that only. Okay. So what I will be doing now, I will be sharing you the pressure wave here. Okay. So sorry. Let's take pressure wave. Longitudinal wave as a pressure wave. ठीक है. Basically, we do this thing in fluid, है ना? UPSC has asked one time, so that's why I'm doing it. Although it is expected कि you know these things, है ना? अगर दिक्कत आएगी तो बताना मुझे. So, what is happening here? That before any wave, I can say that the particles are arranged like that. No wave is there. This is my medium, or this is my fluid. This is my fluid. No wave motion. Now we are considering wave motion. अगर मान लो wave motion हो रहा है या disturbance हो रहा है इसमें, so what will change now? That few particle will compress and few particle will elongate. Few particle will compress and few particle will elongate. So let's do that, and that will change the pressure. That will change the density of that, right? So density and pressure both we can write here. So let's do that. So here what will happen? In some portion you will see like this, and in some portion you will see like that, and this will repeat. This will repeat. Now this one, this where this has happened, we call as C. This we call as R. This we call as C. This we call as R. This we call as C, and this we call as R. Right? Where C stands for compression. Yes or no? Compression means that the density is increasing, and C stand for R stand for rarefaction. When the density has decreased. So now what were here? Density was remaining constant here. So when we have displaced, or when we have done disturbance in this medium, so what it has resulted? It has resulted in the change in the density. Can I say that? सुनना चाहिए. Just find out what is delta V by V here. ठीक है? डेल्टा V by V निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं हम लोग. Give me a minute. Let's find out delta V. Let's say let's say this is the cross section area, and this cross section area is, okay, this is my cross section area. We are taking this as a pipe. Now understand, this will work well with gas, this will work well with rod also. सुनना चाहिए से, wherever you have a strain, we are basically doing the strain analysis also. ठीक है, pressure as well as strain. What is strain? What is strain? Anyone? Change in dimension by original dimension. यही तो हो रहा है. अरे, this result, compression rear fraction is what? This was the dimension earlier. Let's say it was L. If length has decreased, we are saying that it is compressed. When length has increased, we are saying it as rear fraction. So when we are doing it for the fluid, we say कि compression rear fraction है. When we do same thing for a solid rod, we said कि compression and elongation है. Please raise your hand if you're understanding till now. That it is the strain. Dimension is only changing in both. Whether it is a fluid or a solid, just the nomenclature will change. In fluid, we say that it is compression rarefaction. In solid, we say that it is compression and elongation. But please raise your hand if you have understood this point. Important. Rashi, Shubham, Akshay, Kaushik. Chalo, very good. Chalo. Okay. Now come to this one. Let's consider this is the volume element that I am taking. Initially, this was my volume element. It is A, B, and C, D. Now understand, this A, B was at a distance x naught from this portion, right? A, B was at a distance of x naught from this portion. Okay. Now, okay, tell me what is the initial volume? AB is at a distance that, and this is x naught plus x. CD at a distance x naught plus x. Anyone tell me? So can I write that initial volume is nothing? This CD distance is what? X naught plus x, और वो कितने पे है? Minus x naught. So it will be AX. तुम सिंपली लिख सकते थे कि ये जो है ये x naught पर है और ये क्या है? ये x naught और प्लस ये x distance है इसमें. Now what I have then, let's say longitudinal flow is there. So what will happen? This AB will come to this position. This position. That will become my B dash and A dash. And this CD will come to D dash and C dash. Now I know that, I know this thing. The width of this will be different from width of D dash. Can I say that A dash will not be equals to DD dash? This is how the longitudinal wave flow. Longitudinal wave are flowing in terms of compression and rarefaction. That means that each point of them, the displacement of that plane is different. Displacement of this plane and this plane, all the planes are different. So let us assume that. So what will be AA dash now? So let us consider AA dash. AA dash is x naught pe tha A. So let's consider it is to be a dx naught. And what will be DD dash? DD dash will be nothing, but it will be D into x plus x naught. So now the amount of displacement in both of them I'm just writing that AB was at a distance x naught, so displacement dx naught. It was at a distance dx naught plus d. So small change will be what at this position? It will be d into x naught plus d. Now what will be the final volume? Anyone? So final volume will be nothing. It will be AB dash into CD dash. So A into what is AB dash wala point? कितने पे ही है? So now this position has changed to x naught plus dx naught. अच्छा इसको तो बाद में लिखेंगे ना. Let's write this position. What is this position now? It is x plus x naught plus. It is x plus x naught plus d into x naught plus x. Plus d into x naught plus x. माइनस क्या करोगे इस वाले को x नॉट और dx. तो माइनस x नॉट माइनस dx नॉट. तो x नॉट खत्म, dx नॉट खत्म. What it is remaining here? It is ax plus a dx. सर a डैश एंड d डैश इक्वल क्यों नहीं है, समझ नहीं आया. सुनो, देखो, when we apply the force ना, when we apply the force, the change in length at different position is different. For example, देखना अच्छे से, if this is my rod and if I applying force here, tell me यहां पर जो चेंज है और यहां पर जो चेंज है, it will be same or it will be different? It will be different, yes or no? It will change across that. ठीक है. Same goes with the air column. Let's say if this is my, इसमें air है, if I am applying pressure this side, so change at this length and change at this length will be different. It might be equal for certain conditions, but the safe side is what? We should take it as different. अरे सेम हो गया तो फिर तो अच्छी बात है, बट डिफरेंट तो ले ही सकते हैं. Yes or no? Now, what is the final volume? Ax plus dx. Can you tell me what is delta v by v now? Delta v is nothing. A into dx by ax. Bhai, that is dx by x. Dx by x is nothing but my strain. Dx by x is nothing, my strain. किसी भी x पर जाकर, मान लो this is my rod, let's say this is my rod, its length was x, and due to some of the condition, this long length has changed to dx. So this dx by x is my what? Strain. Same goes with the fluid. See, it is easier to visualize for solid than for the fluid, but the same will apply there also, right? So this is my strain analysis. Has everyone understood this one or not? So what will be, यहां तक क्लियर है भाई सबको? Now, whatever is happening, we know that mass is always conserved. We know one thing, that yes, see, this is the amount of element that we are taking. सुनना अच्छे से. This is the amount of element that we are taking. Whether it can be rod, it can be gas. भाई air भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. It might elongate. It might elongate, or it might be compressed. So for this, volume can change. Density can change. Mass
Won't change.
mass will not change. So if I'm considering any of the substances, any of the gases or the rod, anything, if things under the consideration, their volume might change, their density might change, but mass will not change. So can I write that mf is equals to mi, that is mass is what, rho into volume. Rho f into vf is equals to rho I into vi for the values. So I can write here, let's say rho f is rho. Consider rho f is rho and rho initial is rho naught. Rho f is rho and rho initial is rho naught. ठीक है? And चलो पहले इतना करो. And एक और चीज मांग लो, and strain equals to d epsilon by dy. d epsilon by dy, that is strain क्या था हमारा, dx by x. उसको क्या लिख लेंगे हम लोग, d epsilon by dy. ठीक है? Second thing, and this strain change in length upon length, it should be very large or it is less. क्या होगा बताओ मुझे. Can I write that d epsilon by dy, it will be very less, yes or no? Change in dimension by original dimension बहुत छोटा है. Length अगर मीटर में है तो चेंज होती है मिलीमीटर में. So now can I write here rho into vf क्या होगा, a into x plus dx. देखो ये आया था. And here rho naught into a into x. So I can write that rho naught by rho is x plus dx by x. ये से ये तो खत्म ही हो गया. Okay, right, it is 1 upon dx by x. And what is dx by x? I have written it is de by dy. De by dy. This is a standard derivation. So rho will be equals to what? Rho will equals to rho naught 1 upon de by dy. Minus 1. As it is very less than 1, can I use binomial approximation? अरे सबको पता है binomial approximation, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
1 plus x to the power n is equals to 1 plus nx when x is much less than 1.
X is less than 1.
If you put it, you will get ki rho is equals to rho naught 1 minus del e by del y. Standard derivation. Rho is equals to rho naught 1 minus del e by del y. Can I write that when rho is greater than rho naught, it is known as what? It is known as density ज्यादा हो जाएगी तो we call it as
compression.
और ये ज्यादा कब होगी? When it will be higher. When it will be higher.
नेगेटिव होगा.
क्या होगा?
स्ट्रेन नेगेटिव होगा. डेल ई बाय डेल वाई
डेल ई बाय डेल वाई नेगेटिव होगा. वेरी गुड. डेल ई बाय डेल वाई, या जिसे हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, डी एक्स बाई एक्स, समझने के लिए अपने, ठीक है ना? दिख रहा है ना? ये क्या हो जाएगा? दिस विल बी लेस देन 0. भाई, आर यू गेटिंग इट? दिस इज सिंपली सेइंग दैट कि अब जो तुम्हारी लेंथ है वो x जो है वो अब x नहीं है, it is x minus dx. Your length has changed, it is compressed. So you will say that compression in solid, दोनों में compression ही बोलते हैं. So this is what you can write here. Array, everyone understood this one or not? This was one of your PYQ. Do you know that? अभी का तो नहीं है, दिखा दूंगा. It is one of your PYQ once asked. But again, it's a standard derivation. Rho is less than rho naught. It is called rare fraction. In fluid, yeah, elongation in solid. सब कुछ तो सेम ही है. Elongation in solid. That means dx by x is positive. So if this is my rod, if the length was x, now this length rod has changed to x plus dx. Now rod बोलो या फिर column of air बोलो, everything is same here. ठीक है? Everyone got it or not? So this was my longitudinal wave as pressure wave. Now इसी में we do one more thing. We can do one more analysis, that we know that bulk modulus ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो 11th में नहीं पढ़ाया तुमने. What is bulk modulus of fluid? Anyone? Although this is, you have to study in mechanics also, but I will not be using any term that is not the part of your class 11th. अब 11th में डूब गए हो तो फिर दिक्कत तो है जीवन में. Tell me, what is bulk modulus? B is equals to delta P minus delta V by V. I hope you remember this thing. और delta P को मान लेते हैं हम लोग P, so I can write it as minus B dV by V. Minus B dV by V, I can write it as minus B d by V. क्या लिखा हमने? dE by dy, del epsilon by del y. ठीक है? Now,
सर
हाँ,
सर ये डेल एप्सिलॉन बाय डेल वाई के टर्म्स में क्यों लिखते हैं सर?
ऐसे ही लिखने का तरीका है, डेल डेल फ्री है और कुछ नहीं.
अच्छा सर, वरना एक्स बाय dx by x तो सर और सिंपल ही है ना.
हाँ, कैसे वो कोई नहीं बता इसमें. अभी कर रहे हैं हम लोग. Considering the standing wave equation, as y is equals to a sin kx, sorry, a cos kx. sin ओमेगा t 2a, ये है ना हमारा 2a sin kx cos kx sin ओमेगा t, ये हमने लिया था. अब मुझे बताओ अब क्या लिखेंगे इसको. What will be pressure wave now? If this is my standing wave in the medium, what will be pressure wave now? तो अब यहां पे जो हम लोग वो कर रहे थे ना, for this equation strain will be what? strain will be strain will be del y by del x, yes or no? देखो अच्छे से, this is standing wave, it is moving in x direction and displacement is given in y direction, so the strain here will be dy by dx, yes or no? Please understand, जो मैंने ऊपर y लिया है और जो यहाँ y है, these are two entirely different thing, that's why I'm writing strain here. So bulk model, so the pressure is nothing, pressure क्या लिखा हमने, माइनस b into strain, minus bulk modulus into strain. Do not confuse between x and y. So what will be strain here? It will be dy by dx. भाई समझ रहा आ रहे हो सबका? Sorry, समझ आ रहा है सबको? What I'm writing here? ऊपर जो y लिखा है, यहाँ लिखा है वो अलग है. These please use this formula for the solution. So strain will be dy by dx. Put the value. So it will be minus beta d of del of, obviously, del of y by del x. What is del of y by del x? So minus beta, right? Sin omega t will remain same. Cos का क्या जाएगा? Sin. So cos का sin. So 2 beta a into k sin kx sin omega t. So if this standing wave is moving as a pressure wave, सुनो अच्छे से, if this standing wave moving as a pressure wave, it will be 2 bka sin kx sin omega t. पहले raise your hand how many of you understood this till this point, then we will be analyzing this equation. पहले तो इतने लोग हाथ उठाओ जो लोग यहां तक पहुंच गए हो. Anyone जिसको डाउट है प्लीज पूछ लो, then we'll move ahead.
सर सर मैं ये इमेजिन नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ ये स्ट्रेन वाला dy by dx क्यों होगा, क्योंकि वो तो सर लॉन्गिट्यूडनल है ना. मतलब अपना जो प्रेशर वेव्स क्रिएट हो रही हैं वो लॉन्गिट्यूडनल की वजह से क्रिएट हो रही हैं, ये तो ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है ना. ये एक बार मेरे को बता स्ट्रेन dy by dx.
लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव, हम लोग इसको ही लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव लेके चल रहे हैं. जरूरी थोड़ी कि स्टैंडिंग वेव सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसमें हो. दिस माय स्टैंडिंग वेव, ठीक है. तो x में जाकर दिस इज dy डेल्टा y डेल्टा x. अब ठीक है, वी आर कंसीडरिंग स्टैंडिंग वेव इन अ longitudinal wave. Okay.
Okay sir, ठीक है सर.
Now what we can conclude from here, what will be p max? p max छोड़ो, मुझे बताओ नोड और एंटी नोड का. So first thing I can say that it is in same phase with displacement, yes or no? Second, node antinode में sin kx है, so node of pressure will coincide with what? Antinode of displacement and velocity. and velocity. Yes or no? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
चलो कुछ फॉर्मूले लिखवा देता हूँ, ठीक है? Although I'm expecting you know this formula, ठीक है? Some basic formula, so that कि अगर तुम उसको बस फॉर्मूला मिस कर रहे हो तो यहाँ से हो जाएगा वो. First, velocity of transverse wave on string. तुम लोग बताओगे मुझे? बताओ भाई. Velocity of longitudinal wave in fluid. Third, velocity of longitudinal wave in fluid with Laplace correction. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है जो तुम्हारे 11th क्लास के एनसीईआरटी में नहीं गिवन है. गिविंग यू 2-3 मिनट्स, लिखना स्टार्ट करो. लिख लो फिर आई विल आस्क. भाई कितनों को नहीं याद है, प्लीज ईमानदारी से उठाओ हाथ. ईमानदारी से हाथ उठा लो. आई विल नॉट से एनीथिंग. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, लिखो फिर. नहीं याद है, लिख लो. सो इट इज velocity of speed of wave, it is equals to t by mu. ठीक है, where t is tension in the string, mu is uniform linear mass density. Velocity of this fluid is root under p by rho, where p is the pressure and rho is the density, obviously uniform density. Laplace has made the correction. He has just written gamma p by rho. Gamma p by. What was gamma? What is gamma? What is gamma?
What is gamma? CP by CP.
Sir, adiabatic constant.
It is adiabatic constant. CP by CP बोल लो, जो बोलना है बोलो. तो gamma is again वही CP by CB. है सिलेबस में हमारे पढ़ना है. How many were able to recall these things? ये कितनों को याद है कि ऐसा कुछ था 11th में, है ना? So please revise जो 11th में तुमने बहुत पढ़ा है, ठीक है? It will help. थोड़ा सा और पढ़ाऊंगा मैं, पढ़ लो. चलो ठीक है. स्टैंडिंग वेव ऑर्गन पाइप में रिफ्लेक्शन रिफ्रैक्शन जो है वो भी मैं पढ़ा दूंगा यहाँ पर, सो दैट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड मैग्नेटिज्म में हमें दिक्कत ना हो. इन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड मैग्नेटिज्म वी हैव टू स्टडी अबाउट द ईएम वेव्स, एंड ईएम वेव्स वी हैव टू अज्यूम बाय ट्रांसवर्स वेव. पोलराइजेशन आल्सो वी हैव टू अज्यूम बाय ट्रांसवर्स वेव. सो हम लोग यही पढ़ लेंगे एक बार, सो दैट कि वहां पे हमें दिक्कत ना आए. ठीक है, सो लेट्स डू फ्यू क्वेश्चंस हियर. Tomorrow your waves will be completed, and also we will starting with the optics. ठीक है, waves खत्म हो जाएगा and optics भी start हो जाना चाहिए most probably. ठीक है, so give me a minute for the question. लिखो. जो बीच छोटा कॉन्सेप्ट है वो मैं बता दूंगा यहीं पे. राइट डाउन द इक्वेशन ऑफ ट्रांसवर्स वेव. The equation of a transverse wave traveling along a stressed string is given by y equals to 10 sine pi 2t minus 0.01 into x. ठीक है, x and y are in centimeter, t in second. ठीक है, so x y है सेंटीमीटर में और t है सेकंड में. a कैलकुलेट, बहुत ही घटिया क्वेश्चन है बट यूपीएससी में पूछा गया वो क्वेश्चन इस टाइप का. एम्पलीट्यूड, वेलोसिटी एंड वेवलेंथ ऑफ वेव, फाइंड द मैक्सिमम ट्रांसवर्स वेव. of particle. Find, right. Do you guys can study ना 15-20 मिनट और 10-15 मिनट और 10 मिनट. न्यूमेरिकली करवाने 2-3 कल भी कर सकते हैं बट अभी कर लोगे तो ज्यादा अच्छा लगेगा मुझे. कल हम लोग थोड़ा सा रिफ्लेक्शन रिफ्रैक्शन पढ़ लेंगे अच्छे से. Why I want to teach reflection and refraction, because at इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एंड मैग्नेटिज्म में जब हमें पढ़ना है ना तो हमें बहुत ही ईज आउट हो जाए. नहीं तो क्या होता है कि व्हेन आई राइट सेम इक्वेशन फॉर y एंड x तो मुझे दिक्कत नहीं होती है, बट व्हेन आई राइट सेम थिंग फॉर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड और मैग्नेटिक फील्ड, ठीक है, तो वहां बच्चे जो है वो परेशान हो जाते हैं. सो इट्स बेटर कि एक लेक्चर लेकर यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा एक बैकग्राउंड बना दिया जाए उसका. I will do that. Always keep this in mind that we are studying physics for UPSC examination, right? So whatever which is relevant for UPSC, only that we are studying. Okay? Please do not compare it with कि 11th में हमने क्या पढ़ा था, 12th में हमने क्या पढ़ा था. Not relevant here. We only expect that what is relevant from the UPSC point of view, nothing more than that. ठीक है? 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional also I will be I will be giving you the glimpse of that. ठीक है? So done, I guess. For A, tell me the amplitude.
10.
Okay. Amplitude तो ऐसे ही बता दो तुम लोग. क्या amplitude? What is the amplitude?
10.
10 what?
सेंटीमीटर.
10 centimeter. आगे बताओ. लास्ट ला बताओ. ये वे तो कुछ है ही नहीं. 10 सेंटीमीटर. वेलोसिटी. वी कितना आएगा? ओमेगा बाई के बाई ओमेगा क्या होता है? 2 बाई
Mod of coefficient of t divided by coefficient of x.
कितना आएगा? 2 बाई 0.1 तो 200 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकंड.
Centimeter per second.
खत्म. व्हाट इज वेवलेंथ? सो kx
200 pi centimeter.
what is the value? 200 मीटर. क्लियर है ना? Yes or no, everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is the maximum transverse speed of the particle? What is the transverse speed of the particle? If you have write Vp, it will be what? Del y by del t.
LS minus velocity of wave multiplied by.
Minus velocity of wave क्या बोल रहे हो? Del y by del t ना सीधा.
Yes, sir.
It will be simply 20. बताओ क्या आएगा? Cos pi into 2 minus 0.01 into x. ये आएगा ना?
पाई भी तो बाहर जाएगा.
25. Yes. So Vp max will be 20 pi centimeter per second. ठीक है? Good. बच्चे वाले सवाल है. बहुत ही बच्चे वाले सवाल है. ठीक है? Next. How many of you are here with the calculator? Just raise your hand. Keep your hand raised. मुझे देखना है. पुबाली, राशि नहीं है क्या? पुबाली, राशि, नितिन, अक्षिता, राजुल. अगर नहीं है नेक्स्ट क्लास में लेकर आना यार. ठीक है? in two uniform steel wires. A and B of diameter 10 to the power minus 3 meter and 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter respectively. ठीक है, you can lower down your hand. By attaching their free end to a vibrating system of frequency 500 Hz. Find the ratio. बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है. Please do it in 2 minutes. Find the ratio of the wavelength if they are stressed with same tension. See, when I give ना कि class 11th के NCERT CA पढ़ लो, वो पढ़ लो, so I mean to say कि basic concept and basic formula, but do not worry about that. Even if you don't study from the NCERT, right, I will make you study. Why? Because I will be asking these questions. This question will require the speed of that transverse wave, so you have to study that, है ना? This is the thing. So I will be incorporating in any of the, कहीं ना कहीं तो मैं उसको incorporate कर ही लूंगा. Don't worry about that. If it is relevant from the UPSC perspective, even it is from the 11th class, I will be incorporating it. अच्छा, those who have completed their mechanics module with us, there are few students who have joined from the waves and optics module, right? ठीक है, वो तो पढ़ो अभी मैं कुछ भी नहीं बोल रहा हूँ उन पे. पढ़ लो एक week, then we will be talking about the assignment, formula sheet and all those things. But those who have attended and completed the mechanics module, I want formula sheets from everyone, right? I have not received from many of you. कुछ बच्चों ने भेजा है, right? और उन्होंने टाइम पर भेजा है, और जिसने भी भेजा है उसने टाइम पर भेजा है, और जिसने नहीं भेजा वो अभी तक नहीं भेज रखा है. तो प्लीज सबमिट योर फॉर्मूला शीट. ठीक है, मैंने एक शेयर भी तो किया था यार ग्रुप पे तुम लोगों का फॉर्मूला शीट. कम से कम देख कर ही बना लो, खुद का नहीं बन रहा तो. बट डू नॉट इन दैट इल्यूजन, है ना, कि कुछ ऐसा होगा चमत्कार, सर सब कुछ दे देंगे. यू हैव टू स्टडी ऑन योर ओन. आई एम जस्ट अ मेंटर, आई एम जस्ट अ गाइड दैट हाउ शुड यू स्टडी. ठीक है, although I will be providing you all the content that is required for you, but there are some part of the mehnat that you have to do from your own end, and that is required. When I say write notes, it is required to write it. When I say write assignment, it is required to do that. Please do that. देखो, whatever I am teaching in this lecture, it is 90% what I have taught in the last year. Yes, I do increase the content, or I do increase some numericals or something. कुछ ना कुछ extra होता है हर साल. I agree for that. 10% होता है. But for that 10%, why I'm writing the complete thing? ठीक है, why I'm writing the complete thing? If I will show you, जैसे for example, let's say, एक example इसका देते हैं, जैसे longitudinal wave as a pressure wave. So last year also I have taught this. देखो, same thing I have taught this, but just see the difference. मुझे लगा कि इस बार इसको और भी डिटेल में करवाना चाहिए, सो आई हैव डन दैट. कहाँ गया? यस, दिस थिंग, प्रेशर वेव, ओनली दिस मच आई हैव डन एंड आई हैव डन द फॉर्मूला. बस खत्म. This much only. So this year we have did in 1.5 page. So understand, the every year the lectures are updated because I am getting updated, because my skills are getting better and better day by day. But still I write all the things. मैं देखो ये सब कुछ नोटेबिलिटी में है. एज इफ यू नो आई कैन इंक्रीज द पेज एंड राइट इट डाउन. डिजिटली तो फायदा होता है ये चीज का, है ना. व्हाई आई एम राइटिंग ऑल द थिंग्स अगेन एंड अगेन? बिकॉज अगर मैं नहीं लिखूंगा तो तुम लोग नहीं लिखोगे. आई नो दैट you will start studying from the PDF itself, and that I don't want. Trust me, खुद से जो लिखा होता है उसका अलग बात होता है, उसका अलग महत्व होता है. You will feel more confident in your own writing. Answer, please. Can I say that कि V is equals to root under T by mu? बताओ, what we will be using here? अच्छा, what is mu here? Diameter is given. What will be mu? In some of the questions, what is given that it is of the constant. सुनना अच्छे से. So rho is constant. Can I say that if mass is m, rho is nothing, is equals to m upon, if diameter is given, pi d square by 4 is the area into L. If this is your rod which has mass m, rho density, this is L, and this diameter is d. This will be rho. What will be mu? Mu is only m by L. Mu is defines mu equals to m by L. So you can have a connection between rho and mu. So rho is what? 4 mu by pi d square, or the area, cross sectional area, है ना. So mu upon cross sectional area is rho. So you can write that density is linear mass density by cross section area. Now we are concerned with the find out the ratio of the wavelength. What is wavelength? So lambda into f is equals to v. भाई यहाँ पे फ्रीक्वेंसी भी सेम है. So can I say that कि lambda is proportional to v? Yes or no? अरे yes no, जल्दी बताओ.
यस सर.
एंड यहाँ पर देखो, यहाँ से तुम देखोगे, so mu is proportional to d square. ठीक है, अब सबको कंबाइन करो. तो lambda 1 by lambda 2 चाहिए हमें. इट विल बी इक्वल टू v1 by v2. lambda 1 by lambda 2 will be equal to v1 by v2. What is v1 by v2? It is root under mu2 by mu1. ये तो है. टेंशन शेप is mu2 by mu1. And what is mu? Mu depends on d square. So can I say that it is d2 का square, और d2 square क्यों होगा? d1, d2 by d1. कहानी खत्म. What is d2? d2 is 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. Answer is 0.5 or half. How many got this answer? कुछ था ही नहीं इसमें. How many got this answer? Very good. पीयूष, शुभम, और कोई? चलो ठीक है, एक और क्वेश्चन कर ले. लास्ट क्वेश्चन कर ही लेते हैं. दोनों फॉर्मूला डिवाइस हो जाएगा ना हमारे पास. कंपेयर द वेलोसिटीज ऑफ साउंड in hydrogen S2 and carbon dioxide CO2. The ratio gamma of specific heat of H2 and CO2. Achha, these types of questions you will also get in thermal wala part or 1.4 and 1.3. Solve it. कुछ है नहीं इसमें भी. This same thing, whatever we are studying here, will be repeated in lasers, will be repeated in electric pointing vectors, all those things. ठीक है? Will be repeated in thermal. So please, मैं तभी बोलता हूँ बार-बार कि mechanics and waves and optics are the base for all the modules. एक चीज और. Although I will be giving you on the Telegram group also, but after waves and optics, what do you guys want? We should continue with paper number 1. पेपर नंबर 1 में शायद होता है हम लोग एक्सीडेंट मैग्नेटिज्म कर ले या थर्मल स्टैटिस्टिक्स कर दे, जो भी है, आई विल टेल यू. और वी शुड स्टार्ट पेपर नंबर 2 क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. अगर पेपर 1 से थोड़ा सा हटके चाहिए तो वी कैन स्टार्ट विद क्वांटम मैकेनिक्स. Reason of asking you is that because I have to launch the other batches also, so I will announce that way, and that will be, you will be taken as a priority. Paper 1. अरे भैया सब पेपर 1. कौशल, अक्षिता पेपर 2, बाकी सब पेपर 1. ओ भाई इतना खौफ पेपर 1 का. चलो वैसे एज शेड्यूल इट इज पेपर 1 ओनली. ठीक है, चलो आ जाओ. What was the velocity here? We have seen the velocity was nothing. It was gamma p by rho. Gamma p by rho. What we have to find? Calculate the velocity of hydrogen versus carbon dioxide. So velocity of hydrogen by velocity of carbon dioxide. बताओ क्या क्या सेम है इसमें? क्या क्या सेम है इसमें? What all the factors are same? Velocities of sound in hydrogen and carbon dioxide. भाई इतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा. Pressure will be same. So can I say that it is gamma 1 upon rho 1 upon gamma 2 upon rho 2? अच्छा. Can I say that it will be gamma 1 मतलब हाइड्रोजन का upon gamma 2 multiplied by rho 2 by rho 1. The rho gamma 1 by gamma 2 into mass m2 by m1. Density of gas is proportional to the molecular mass. Put it. Gamma 1 by gamma 2 कितना given है? 1.4 by 1.3. Mass of CO2 बताओ 12, 32 और 12, 44. Hydrogen 2. Answer. So in according to the book, it is around 4.85. Just cross check it. It is coming or not. Let's cross check it whether it is coming or not. I'm giving you 2 more minutes. Revise whatever we have studied today, है ना? आज का डाउट आज पूछ के जाओगे.
सर सर एक बार वो बता दीजिए, नॉन डिस्पर्सिव मीडियम में जब आप वो समझा रहे थे Vg इज इक्वल्स टू V होता है, जब अपन डिस्पर्सन ऑफ मीडियम पढ़ रहे थे, वो तो थोड़ा मेरे से मिस हो गया था और मेरे को समझ में भी नहीं आ रहा था.
तो हम लोग डिस्पर्सिव मीडियम में बोल रहे हैं कि Vg इक्वल्स टू V है. मेनली क्या है, हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि एक ऐसा मीडियम जिसमें वेलोसिटी ओमेगा या के पे डिपेंड नहीं करे, वेवलेंथ चेंज हो तब भी उसकी वेलोसिटी सेम हो, राइट? दैट मींस dv by dk इज 0. सो vg का अगर तुम देखोगे तो क्या आता है हर बार, vg इज ऑलवेज इक्वल्स टू v प्लस लैम्डा dv by d लैम्डा. v प्लस माइनस तो कुछ होता है, तो व्हेन इट इज नॉट चेंजिंग रिस्पेक्ट टू लैम्डा और k, तो dv by d लैम्डा, dv by dk, dv by d ओमेगा सब कुछ क्या आएगा 0. सो vg इक्वल्स टू v. ग्रुप वेलोसिटी और फेज वेलोसिटी सेम रहेगी क्योंकि सभी एक ही वेलोसिटी से. सुनो क्या है कि हम लोग मोनोक्रोमेटिक के लिए फेज बोलते हैं, पॉलीक्रोमेटिक के लिए ग्रुप बोलते हैं, बट एक ऐसा मीडियम है जो लैम्डा चेंज होगी तब भी वेलोसिटी चेंज नहीं होगी, हर एक लैम्डा के लिए सेम वेलोसिटी, तो ग्रुप वेलोसिटी भी क्या हो जाएगी, सेम. क्लियर है?
हाँ सर, मतलब यही था ना, मतलब इसमें सर कि मतलब कोई सा भी लैम्डा बना रहा है स्पीड सेम ही रहेगी, यही बोल रहे हैं ना?
लैम्डा डिपेंड नहीं करती है. जैसे मान लो n है लाइट के लिए, मान लो एयर है, सॉरी ग्लास है, तो ग्लास की रिफ्रैक्टिवनेस कितनी होती है, शायद 1.33, लेट्स से, है ना? सो
यस सर,
1.33 येलो हो या रेड हो या ग्रीन हो, सबके लिए 1.33 है, तो सबका एंगल ऑफ रिफ्लेक्शन और रिफ्रैक्शन क्या होगा, सेम होगा, यस और नो? अगर
यस सर,
इससे क्या फर्क पड़ता है कि ग्रीन है या येलो है, बट अगर मान लो n इज इक्वल टू a प्लस बी बाई लैम्डा है, तो ये जो रिफ्रैक्टिवनेस है डिपेंड कर रही है लैम्डा पे, कॉची फॉर्मूला, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि मीडियम डिस्पर्सिव है. गॉट इट एवरीवन?
यस सर, गॉट इट. फिर तो सर एक तरीके से ये भी बोल सकते हैं ना कि सर जो मीडियम में लैम्डा पे डिपेंडेंट नहीं है एन, वो तो फिर नॉन डिस्पर्सिव है ही एक तरीके से.
हाँ हाँ ऑब्वियसली, जिसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स लैम्डा से इंडिपेंडेंट है वो नॉन डिस्पर्सिव मीडियम होता है, लाइट मीडियम. यस.
तो सर ऐसा ग्लास होता है सर, मतलब?
तो आइडियली हर मीडियम डिस्पर्शन शो करता है, आइडियली हर मीडियम कुछ रिफ्लेक्शन दिखाता है, कुछ रिफ्रैक्शन दिखाता है, समझ रहे हो ना? तो हम जिस टाइम जिस चीज को डिस्कस करते हैं उस चीज को प्रायोरिटी देते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल ग्लास में रिफ्लेक्शन भी होता है, रिफ्रैक्शन भी होता है ना? बट जब हम रिफ्रैक्शन
यस
पढ़ते हैं तो रिफ्लेक्शन को इग्नोर कर देते हैं, वही सेम चीज है कि ऑल्दो सारा मीडियम ही डिस्पर्सिव होता है, नॉन डिस्पर्सिव मीडियम इज एन आइडियल केस कह लो एक तरीके से, ठीक है?
हाँ सर, भाई ठीक है सर.
बाकी लोग
सर
जल्दी भाई आज.
सर वो लास्ट में जो 3 फॉर्मूला लिखवाया है आपने क्लास में, उसका प्रूविंग करना जरूरी है या बस सिर्फ फॉर्मूला याद कर लें?
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं करना है इसका फॉर्मूला. और लोग कर सकते हो, बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है, ठीक है? इसका कैसे करते थे हम लोग, ये है इधर टी इधर टी इधर एम वी स्क्वायर याद करके करते थे, कर सकते हैं, बहुत बड़ी
यस
बात
सर.
नहीं. मतलब पढ़ा है तुमने, बट नहीं पूछती यूपीएससी, तो व्हाई विल वेस्ट टाइम ऑन दैट. गिविंग यू 1 more minute एवरीवन.
सर एक और डाउट है इन जनरल सर. अभी सर अपन लैम्डा पे डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, इसलिए सर अपना जो कलर जो है वो पर फ्रीक्वेंसी की प्रॉपर्टी होती है ना सर?
हाँ फ्रीक्वेंसी की प्रॉपर्टी होती है.
लेकिन लैम्डा के टर्म्स में सर केवल अपन जब बात करते हैं जब वो ब्लू शिफ्ट और रेड शिफ्ट देखना होता है.
नहीं देखो एक्चुअली क्या होता है, वो डॉपलर इफेक्ट अलग चीज है, ठीक है? डॉपलर इफेक्ट जो है वो अपरेंट चीज है, यहाँ पे जो हम बात करते हैं ना, रेड शिफ्ट ब्लू शिफ्ट इज फॉर एपरेंट पोजीशन डॉपलर में, बट जब हम किसी फेनोमेना की बात कर रहे हैं, लेट्स से रिफ्लेक्शन रिफ्रैक्शन, तो वहां पे जो कलर है वो गवर्न होती है सिर्फ और सिर्फ फ्रीक्वेंसी से, वो लैम्डा से गवर्न नहीं होती है।
डॉपलर इफेक्ट एक तरीके से फिर आप जो कह रहे हैं जो रेड शिफ्ट ब्लू शिफ्ट इल्यूजन है ना एक तरीके से।
ठीक है, इल्यूजन तो हर कुछ कलर इल्यूजन नहीं है। डॉपलर शिफ्ट जो है वो फ्रीक्वेंसी वाइज इल्यूजन है, ऐसा नहीं कि तुम्हें सच में मतलब कलर शिफ्ट दिखेगा तुम्हें। पूरा जो है तुम्हारा रेंज जो है ये इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक वेव का, उस पूरे रेंज पे अगर लैम्डा बढ़ेगी और लैम्डा घटेगी, बढ़ने और घटने को हमने सिग्निफाई किया ब्लू और रेड से। ऐसा नहीं तुम्हें ब्लू दिखेगा या रेड दिखेगा, समझ रहे हो सकता है
हाँ सर, हाँ।
ऊपर रेंज में हो और उसमें अगर लैम्डा बढ़ जाए तो क्या बोलेंगे उसको कि रेड शिफ्ट है, लैम्डा
रेड
घटे
शिफ्ट।
तो उसको मतलब इस तरीके से क्या कह सकते हैं, नोमेनक्लेचर दिया गया है कलर से इंडिपेंडेंट।
ठीक है, ठीक है।
चलो भाई, बाकी लोग एवरीवन क्लियर? चलो, दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे, वी विल मीट टुमारो एट 1 PM सेम टाइम। ठीक है, थैंक यू, बाय बाय।